So talking about how do you get in the room, there's a lot of rooms that you may want to get in earlier in your career. It could be a client meeting, it could be a leadership meeting, it could be a meeting of the board of a local charity that you're working with. But one of the couple of things to get into the room is offer your services, to take minutes, to take notes, to record it, to do other things that may seem a little menial, but it does get you in the room. And then make sure that it's okay with the person who's invited you, but you may want to offer some ideas. Typically, if you sit in a room completely quiet and offer nothing, then you're never going to be recognized. But be judicious with what you say and how you approach it, but offer good ideas, and then people will want to have you come back. The other thing is, if you offer to do something, then you need to do it and follow through with it, because you won't be asked back if you don't actually do what you say you're going to do. So getting in the room, sometimes it just requires that you ask someone who's going to be at a meeting if you could tag along. And then if they tell you this isn't really a place and time for you to speak up, be careful about that. Otherwise, you may have some good suggestions or see different things in a way that other people haven't seen before. One example of getting to the table that I have is as a new employee for a large organization. They were doing meetings on business continuity strategies for the company, and I wanted to be a part of that conversation. And there were consultants in the room and a lot of leadership. And so I went in and I stayed quiet and I listened to everybody and what they had to say. When we started talking about how to communicate in the event of a disaster, I felt like it was time for me to speak up, and I mentioned that social media was a way that people could communicate if they had access to the internet, and that they tended to have apps on their phones, and that we might want to bring that into the communications plan for the strategy that we were building. I will say that I got some pushback and some people who were not convinced. This was many years ago when social media was fairly new, but I stood my ground, and I'm glad that I said what I said, and now that is part of that business continuity strategy. So when you get in the room, make sure that you stand your ground and offer something concrete and helpful.